Geeks Assemble! What's up, guys? It's Casey from the Geeks Wives here, and it's time for another Ladies of the Roundtable Comics Corner for the week of February 5th. So for this week, got a couple of great comics for you, and some controversial ones. So let's get right into it. So the first one, just in time for the new movie, we got Robocop, The Last Stand. I've talked about this comic many times before on the Comic Corner, so no surprise here. I'm going to go through it really quickly. Basically, this is one long in-fight scene, the third act of a great story so far from Frank Miller. It's a lot of fun. Hardly any dialogue. It's all fights. It's all Robocop fighting his Omnicorps masters and their cyborgs and the fallout from all that. It's not a lot of exposition, not a lot of dialogue in this book, just tons and tons and tons of action. It's so much fun. It's so great. I can't say enough things. And it's just in time for the movie that I'm really looking forward to as well. So go pick up Robocop by Frank Miller. It's on issue 7. The last issue comes out in a couple weeks, but it's 8 total, so it's well worth all 8 issues if you can find them. All right. Also out this week is The Star Wars number 5. This is a comic book based off of George Lucas's original Star Wars script, so the first draft. So it's a little different than the Star Wars universe that we know. Basically, it stars a whole new cast and crew of characters. Han Solo is an alien. They're on the run from the Empire. It's a much different story, much more of an adult story than the original Star Wars universe. If you're into Star Wars and you like those characters and you like that world, I suggest at least checking this out. Maybe getting the first and second issues and seeing if you like it. When the book first started, I really enjoyed it. Now it's kind of become kind of a slow slog. I still really enjoy the scenery and the settings, and seeing how they reimagine characters and circumstances and how the world may have turned out. But it's kind of lost a lot of its luster at this point. Some of the action scenes are great. We finally get a face-to-face with the Sith Lord in this book, who I must say has a striking resemblance to myself. So it's kind of weird looking at that. But once again, if you're a fan of the Star Wars, I recommend you getting it. If you're not a fan, this may be a little bit of a tough slog for you, because it is kind of very political. It's very like Knights of the Old Round Table in space, and a little different thing than the other Star Wars stories. Alright, also out this week, my favorite DC book going right now is Forever Evil. So this is a crossover between all the titles in the DC universe, and basically what has happened is the evil crime syndicate has come in, taken over the world, eliminated the Justice League, and now the villains have to step up and kind of take the world back. So in this issue, once again, it's another action-packed issue this week, full of fights between Sinestro and Power Ring, who's the evil Green Lantern. We see fights between Lex Luthor and his villains versus the crime syndicate villains, and then kind of a nice revelation at the very end of the book of everyone kind of coming together and saying, hey, we are not the bad guys here anymore. There's bigger, badder guys than us. So Batman kind of has to step aside and let Lex Luthor lead the pseudo Justice League that's kind of taken over for the Justice League that's gone. This book is so much fun. It's just batshit crazy, basically. I mean, the villains have taken over. It's villains. The only hero I've seen in this book is Batman so far. So if you're a fan of the DC villains and you're a fan of Jeff Johns' writing and David Finch's art, then you already own this book. I don't even know why I'm talking to you. But for everybody else, go pick this up. It's a fun read, and I think it's one of the best crossovers between Marvel and DC in a long time. Alright, so also out this week, the controversial, and it's going to be, for you guys listening, I recommend everyone picking up this book and reading it for yourselves, because my opinions don't necessarily reflect yours, but Miss Marvel #1. So this issue was touted as kind of an introduction of a Muslim character into the Marvel cinematic or Marvel universe, and kind of Marvel showing, hey, that we're looking to diversify our characters. Not everyone's going to end up being a blonde, blue-eyed, white superhero. So, oh man, what can I say about this book? It's a great idea, and I really like the admiration, or have admiration for what Marvel's trying to do. Unfortunately, this book just did not hit that mark for me. The problem is because Kamala, number one, Kamala is not a Pakistani name. I asked many people around, and Kamala is not a Pakistani nor a Muslim name, a very popular one at least. So that's kind of weird. Also, the character herself wants nothing more than to be a normal white teenager, which I have a huge problem with, because if you're going to have a character be Muslim and have her the specific race, religion, and background and culture, then it would be nice if she, instead of shunned it, supported it and embraced that, and it shines through in the book. But like I said, take a look at it for yourself. The reviews on it have been great. It just seems like me and a select party out there find that it's kind of a missed opportunity by Marvel, when they could have really diversified their cast and really diversified their characters. Instead, they just made Kamala just want to be your typical superhero, and even the last page reveals her as being a kind of a mirrored image of Miss Marvel, which I have a problem with, because that's her first reveal as a superhero, and she comes out as a white girl. So like I said, read it for yourself, judge it for yourself. Don't necessarily base a book on my opinions or one issue. Like I said, I'm going to continue with the story just because I want to see where it goes, but it is really your basic story. She just wants to be like every other kid, and is fighting her background and her religion, and just wants to fit in with the normal crowd, and can't, and has her issues with that. And like I said, it's not unique to, it's a problem we've all faced, and a problem all kids have. And I don't think it's unique to Kamala or her situation or her background. I think that's a really missed opportunity. Like, we could have really got some cool, like, Muslim lore or Pakistani background, that kind of stuff, and we just didn't. It's just, she's just a typical girl with typical problems, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. I just really wish we would have gotten more of, like, more of a character that embraced her heritage as opposed to shunned it. Alright, so that being said, like I said, all Ladies of the Round Table crowd, I think Miss Marvel is definitely a book for you guys to check out. Like I said, it's getting praise around the internet. Like, it's just a small pack just kind of feels this way. So don't judge it by just me talking about it. Go check out and read it for yourself. Like, it's not a bad story. It's just I just had these qualms with it, and maybe that's more of like a marketing issue than the comic itself. All right, finally the last book, and then my pick of the week for the Ladies of the Round Table is Loki, Agent of Azguard. So the reason I'm picking this for you guys is because I know, number one, that all you ladies out there are huge fans of the Lokester, and I am as well. So a little bit about this book. Basically, Loki has been deemed with a task from the All-Mother to kind of rid Thor of an evil that lurks inside him. So he's become kind of like a pseudo-agent, like a secret agent of Azgard, where he's going to be tasked with these different missions where he has to go undercover, or move in secretly, or use his magic and his lies to kind of get what he needs. So this story is really good, basically because, number one, it's a one-off issue, so you can read the story, you're going to get the whole gist of the story, everything that's going on, and if you want to continue, you can, but you don't have to. You can stop right here, and you would know everything you need to know about Loki, Agent of Azgard. Also, one thing I just really like about this book is Loki's dialogue and his narration. I just loved listening to him talk and having him kind of run you through all the motions and see why he does things. He explains everything very well, and even there's a great scene where he explains how he got magical items and their use and why he needs them. So it's a really, really fun book. Like I said, I really enjoyed it the most this week out of everything I've read. So go check out Loki, Agent of Azguard, out on shelves today. Alright guys, so that's it from me this week for the Ladies of the Round Table Comics Corner. Once again, you can check us out check me out every day, every week, every month on geekswithwives.com. I also do a weekly podcast called The Geeks with Wives and Capes. And right now we're running a promotion with the Marvel Heroes Gazillion Games, where we're giving away a free hero pack every day for the month of February. So make sure you guys check us out, www.geekswithwives.com, and go check out that. Also, make sure you guys are listening to Ladies of the Round Table every week and going to their website, ladiesoftheroundtable.net. And make sure you guys listen soon for a new show coming to Ladies After Dark Radio for myself and my wife. So that's it for me this week. If you guys have any questions or concerns or want to hit me up on Twitter, check me out at GWWCapesCrew. Alright guys, so I'll see you next time, and I'll catch you on the